You know, I work hard and I try to make money and I spend my money on something like this when it doesn't work. I'm just like... Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hiram. If you don't know me, my name is Hiram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every week. This video has been highly requested, and by highly requested I mean 2 of my subscribers asked for it. But I want to thank Maya and Zandy for asking for this video because you guys need to submit more content ideas for me because there's only so much you can do in the skincare world and I'm running out of ideas. So with that in mind, comment down below because I need video ideas ASAP. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Tatcha products and if they are worth the cost. If you don't know Tatcha, they are a Japanese-inspired skincare brand that a lot of people would classify as luxury skincare, but it's kind of debatable. They're sold at Sephora, and I believe the price ranges anywhere from like $35 to $100. Somewhere around there for every individual product. Now, if it were up to me, I would buy every single Tatcha product and review each one of them, but mama's broke, okay? I can't afford everything you guys ask for. I've had a couple people in my comment section ask for products that are like $3,000 each, and I'm like... But as you guys all know probably by now, I am cheap as shit, and thankfully Sephora had a Tatcha Duo set to where it was only like $20, and I was like, I can do this. So I purchased these about a month ago and I started using them about 2 weeks ago. So I use these products every single day for 2 weeks and I was able to get a pretty good grasp of what they do, how they react on my skin, and if they're actually worth it. And for all you people in the comment section that are gonna say, but Hiram, you can't tell if a product is actually effective if you haven't used it for at least 3 months. I want to say, the best skincare products that I have used, I saw results within 1 day. 1 single day. So I figure if I'm able to give a product 2 weeks, I should be able to notice what they're gonna do for my skin and if they're actually worth the cost. Okay, so let's get into it. Now this duo set came with 2 different trial size samples of Tatcha products. The first being the Deep Cleanse and the second being the Water Cream. I'll first talk about the Deep Cleanse. Now this is a cleanser for normal to oily skin and it features clarifying Japanese loofah fruit extract. It's similar to any other cleanser. You wet your face, you scrub it in between your fingers, and you rub it all over your face. Now one thing I loved about this is that it has natural fruit extracts in it to be able to naturally exfoliate the face. A lot of products will feature like mini plastic scrubs or different things like that that really aren't good for the skin and are extremely abrasive, so I was appreciative that these had natural fruit extracts so that everything could be as natural as possible. Now, as I used it, I noticed that first off, I had to use a lot of product to be able to adequately cleanse my face. Every time I would cleanse my face, I would have to use about this much, about that much cleanser. Which to a lot of you guys may think that this is not a lot, but compared to a lot of other cleansers I used, like specifically my Estee Lauder Perfectly Cleansed, this is about 5 times as much product as I normally use to be able to cleanse my entire face. So it's a lot. Keep in mind that a bottle of the full-size Deep Cleanse is $38, so using that much every single day, it's likely that you would be able to go through the product really quickly, which I'm not personally a fan of because I like to get the biggest bang for my buck. However, I am willing to pay a good amount of money for a product that actually works, which is what I'll get into next with this product. Now what I noticed right away is that the finish it left on my face was a very dewy finish. I usually like to go for more level hydrated, maybe a little bit more on the matte side, but this definitely left my skin kind of shiny and dewy, which a lot of people like, and specifically a lot of people I know from Japan like to have that dewy look to their skin. I, however, do not, so when I noticed that, I just noticed that my skin was overly dewy, which isn't good because throughout the day I get super oily, and because it's Hawaii, it's extremely humid here. So that's something I usually try to avoid. Not the biggest turnoff, but I wasn't really that like woohoo about it. Secondly, this has natural scrub exfoliants in it. So when I have an exfoliating cleanser, I want to make sure that all the dirt and the grime and the texture is removed from my face. One of the reasons I love my Estee Lauder Perfectly Clean cleanser is because after I use it, my skin feels so smooth because of those exfoliants. This, however, did not do the job as well as I wanted it to. While it did cleanse my skin and I noticed that my skin was a little bit smoother afterwards, I still felt the gritty texture that means my skin hasn't been fully cleansed as it should be. A good thing about it is that it's really gentle, so if you have really sensitive skin, this would probably be a great product for you, but for me, it just didn't cleanse my skin enough as I wanted it to. And because of that, after 2 weeks, I was just kind of like, Like, it was a cleanser, and I guess it cleansed pretty well. I didn't notice a huge difference in my skin, enough as I wanted it to. So, you know, meh. Ugh. Now the next product is the water cream, which is a moisturizer for normal to oily skin. And one of the great things about it is that it's oil free. One thing I really appreciate about Tatcha, and I will say this before I go into the review, is that the whole brand is paraben free, free of synthetic fragrance, mineral oil, sulfates, etc. So this is a brand that really tries as hard as possible to be natural, which I love. Now when I did read more about the brand, they were kind of trying to connect it to a lot of like Japanese history and a lot of the traditional Japanese cleansing and moisturizing techniques, and I appreciated that, but also when I looked at the ingredient list, I was like, no, this is very much a luxury skincare brand. A lot of the ingredients that they include in their products are found in many of Western luxury skincare items, which primarily include like a lot of fillers, a lot of things that make it feel really nice when it goes on and smell nice, but I wasn't too impressed with the ingredients of most of these products. However, I did appreciate that the brand is trying to go for as many natural remedies as possible. After looking through the ingredients for this one specifically, there were a lot of ingredients that I was like, okay, you know, natural but good, but one of them that stuck out to me was sodium hyaluronate. And if you don't know what sodium hyaluronate is, it is a concentrated form of hyaluronic acid, which is extremely hydrating and anti-aging. So that's a great product to have in a product. And whenever I find that in an ingredient list, I'm like, ooh, this could be good. Now, after I would use my deep cleanse, I would go into the water cream and use it every single day. And sometimes I would go all over my face, sometimes I would just go on my dry cheeks, and sometimes I would go on my oily T-zone. What I noticed after 2 weeks is that this product did not absorb into my skin very well. It's more of a gel-based product. So like that. It kind of leaves a luminous base, as you can see right there, which I don't mind, but the gel of the formula did not fully absorb into my skin, and it did not leave me feeling extremely hydrated either. Now the cool thing is that it does kind of give the appearance of water, and it does feel a little bit like you're like rubbing water into your face, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie, but on my face I never felt like it fully absorbed and gave me the hydration that I really needed. In addition to that, it left my skin really kind of oily, and it gave that dewy look, which again, some people love the dewy look, and if you don't understand really like the dewiness or the popularity of it within a lot of Asian countries, look at my video, which is titled Why I Hate Glass Skin. That'll give you a lot more details, but I'm not personally a fan of the dewy look. I like to go for a more even hydrated, more towards the mattifying look. Now this product made my skin extremely dewy. The cleanser itself already left my skin dewy, so when I added the water cream on top of it, it was like, shine bright like a diamond. Like, I'm already white as shit. I already blind people when I walk out into the sun because I'm so white. I do not need something that's gonna blind people even more than I already do. So because of that, I wasn't too crazy about the water cream. I didn't notice too big of a difference in my skin itself after using it. It was more just like, it felt like the gel was just resting on top of my skin throughout the day. I didn't feel like my skin was fully absorbing it, that my skin wasn't fully hydrated. Rather, I just felt like I was just putting a product onto my face. Now the full-size water cream retails for $68, so this is like not a cheap product. It's not crazy expensive, like it's not like La Mer or something like that, but this, honey, this is not cheap. Now everyone has their own experiences. I'm not saying that because I didn't like it, you shouldn't buy it, but I'm just saying this did not work for my skin, which I have to say I was very sad about because I had wanted Tatcha to work well for me so much, and I know a lot of people love Tatcha products so far, and I was specifically recommended these two products. So because they didn't work, I was just like, you know, I work hard and I try to make money and I spend my money on something like this when it doesn't work. I'm just like, I'm so dramatic. That's all I have for you guys today. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every week. And make sure you leave a comment. Have you tried Tatcha products? What do you think of them? Let me know down below if you agree, if you disagree, what your personal experiences are. I'd love to respond to you and start a conversation. Bye guys.